Hi everyone. This video I want to go ahead and cover some miracles mentioned in the Bible, um, Old Testament to be precise. I'm gonna go through uh, probably mostly chronologically from Genesis to Zechariah. Or I don't think I'm having a verse for Malachi in here, but anyway. Obviously, the first miracle mentioned recorded in Scripture is Genesis 1, where God creates the universe ex nihilo, out of nothing. That'd be the greatest, probably the biggest miracle of the Bible, although the resurrection of Jesus obviously the most significant. Um, then we got the plagues of Egypt, where Moses and Aaron. Let's see here. There was the plagues of Egypt, where I think wasn't it Aaron who used his staff. Anyway, it was either Moses or Aaron. They turned the let's see here. Yeah, they turned the blood of the river red. I think it was the Nile River, wasn't it? I think it was a Nile. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure it was. Anyway, turned the blood red. The river into blood. Let's see here. Oh, frogs, the plague of frogs. So these would be either miracles or like peculiar events, like extraordinary events, peculiar events, plagues, etc. Um, Aaron, or was it Aaron? Yeah, Aaron stretched out his hand with his rod and it smote the dust of the earth and it became lice and man. So the dust turning into lice was another miracle. The plague of the murrain, where the cattle of Egypt died, is another one. He's talking about the plagues of Egypt. The boils. The Lord gave boils to the Egyptians. Um, thunder and hail. Let's see here. Locusts is another plague of Egypt. The darkness, and there's darkness in Egypt. Smiting of the firstborn in Egypt. The last 10th and final plague. When the Lord led Israel by day by a pillar of cloud and then a fire by night. That's another miraculous event. Um, let's see here. Oh, there was a time when there was some bitter water and somebody threw a. I think it was Moses. I could be wrong. Um, uh, cast a. I think it was a tree that was cast in the waters, and the waters were made sweet. So that bitter or poison, either bitter or poisonous water, or both, and or either bitter and or poisonous water was made sweet when the tree was cast in it. Um, oh, the manna from heaven. God rained manna from heaven. Another significant event there. Water from a rock was another one. The Lord descended on Mount Sinai and engulfed in a fire. When the Lord was in a fire, he came upon Mount Horeb or Mount Sinai. That might be the same place there. Korah. When Korah rebelled, the earth opened up and swallowed Korah and his men, if I'm not mistaken. Serpent of brass. When people were bit by this poisonous serpents, or it was poisonous. What was it, a serpent, or I think it was snakes or serpents. They were bit by some kind of creature, and then they were looking upon the bronze serpent and were healed. Let's see here. Um, there's another where the book with Joshua, where the sea was, or the sea was. I think it was the River Jordan was dried up. Joshua 3. I think it was the River Jordan dried up. Oh, I have like one. I have Joshua 3:16 here, and I'm not saying which one it is. I'm thinking that's I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Um, then there's the part where the Jericho walls fell down when the priest shouted the great shout and everything. The sun stood still for Joshua. Um, Samson with his supernatural strength, knocking down the house. He brought down the house literally. Um, Elijah calling fire down from heaven. Um, Elijah parting waters as well. Chariot of fire taking Elijah up. Let's see here. There was another passage. Oh, multiplication of oil. inside vessels, so multiplication of oil inside vessels. There was another food multiplication. It's like a food, kind of similar to how Jesus multiplied the bread and loaves in the Gospels. There's a passage similar to that in 2 Kings 4:43. Let's see here. Oh, Naaman the leper dipped 7 times in Jordan and became healed. There's that miracle there. Oh, there's a time when I think this was Elijah or Elisha had there was some person borrowed someone's tool axe and he lost it in the water. So Elisha or Elijah, one of the other, cut a stick, cast it in the pond or the lake or wherever it was, the body of water in it. The iron did swim, so it brought the made it buoyant, made the iron buoyant, which is interesting. Like changing the physical properties of iron, I guess. The time when Elijah prayed and Lord, as I said, Lord, I pray thee open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man. And he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. So someone was imparted with the ability to see spiritual beings. Let's see here. Virgin birth, or the prophecy of the virgin birth, Isaiah 7:14. Let's see here. Daniel interpreting Nebuchadnezzar's dream, another significant event. Also, Daniel's 3 friends being cast into fire and then not being hurt. Then the prophecy of Joel 2:28 about the daughters, your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old man shall dream dreams, etc. And then there's the plague in Zechariah. The Lord will smite people who fought against Jerusalem. Basically, their flesh will consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes will consume away in their holes, and their tongues will consume away in their mouth. So those are some Old Testament miracles / peculiar events. I appreciate you guys sticking with me to the end. You guys have a great day. I'll check you in the next one.